Alright, welcome back to Between the Goalposts. Nate Hampton, Jesse Krieger. Happy as always, Andy Reid. We're doing our analysis of Week 13 and our Week 14 picks right now. The first game we're going to go over from last week is the Saints over the Lions. Do you think the Lions D can recover from all the shenanigans, or the entire team for that matter?
Yeah, I mean, a lot was made of their stupid mistakes against the Saints, like the personal foul penalties, and those did hurt them, but I mean, Drew Brees is just on another level right now, and until somebody can figure out what he's doing with these route combinations, nobody's going to get in their way. I think the Lions D can recover, but by drafting fairly instead of a cornerback, they really did ante up on their front line and really kind of neglected some talent lacking in the back end, and Luis Delmas being out is really hurting him. So I think if he can come back soon, I still like their chances to get a wild card just because the Bears can't seem to put points up without Cutler or Forte. But the D is going to have to at least get in somebody's way.
And one thing you have to keep in mind with those personal foul penalties, there's not many defenses or teams better at egging you on than the New Orleans Saints.
Which I will go over in my J's 5 cents.
Michael Jenks got some issues.
Oh.
Well then, alright, next game we're going over to is the Packers over the Giants. Do you think the Packers are going to go 16-0? Do you think they're going to run the table?
I really thought the Giants were their best shot of getting knocked off, and the Giants almost had them. I mean, I don't like to blame games on officials, but it was really difficult not to. I thought the moment of the game where it turned was Eli throwing the pick six to Matthews that he really didn't need to throw. He was just checking it down to Bradshaw. It seems like Eli has one really dumb mistake like that in him every game, but he usually makes up for it. The coolest moment, though, was when Hakeem Nicks got that fade touchdown pass, and he's walking back, and Charles Woodson's like, yeah.
You can appreciate a good play.
I mean, the Packers are so good right now. They're just watching other teams. So he was like, that was nice. I'll see you.
It was a perfect ball, great catch. Charles was like, all right, the hell.
Yeah.
That was just, I like seeing that kind of thing. You get a little dap for some good play.
Yeah, I think the Packers just might do it.
Yeah. All right. The playoffs are where it counts, but I don't really see any of these teams getting their way there either. All right, the next game, Texans over Falcons. Do you think either of them can go all the way, since both of them were my picks for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I don't want to count either of them out. TJ Yates has proven that he can manage the game, because that's really all you need to do in the Texans offense. Just don't be stupid. A lot of the game plan's kind of done for you with the rollouts, and there's a lot of easy reads, so I think it's a perfect situation for him, and their defense is still playing out of their mind. The Falcons, I'm a little worried about just because they seem like you don't really know what you're going to get each week, and Julio Jones should have had that pass to end the game in his hands, so they're a little inconsistent on offense and even more inconsistent on defense, so I'm a little more worried about them. But I wouldn't count either of them out at this point.
Me neither. Alright, then the next game, and then the final game we're going over from last week is, of course, the Broncos over the Vikings. And do you think the Broncos can continue to win shootouts like that?
I did not expect that game to turn into a shootout at all.
I don't think anybody did.
I thought as long as you blocked Jared Allen and covered Percy Harvin, you were good to go. They did neither. What are you going to do? But Tebow seems to be evolving as a passer and really seems to be getting better at going through his reads, keeping his eyes downfield. He's always been good at keeping the play alive, but now he's doing so he can create opportunities for the rest of his teammates. I think they're getting more creative each week. McCoy and Fox are proving that they can be flexible in how they can construct the offense. I look for Jeremiah Johnson to get more involved too. I think they like him as sort of an X factor, running back out of the backfield, that kind of thing, especially with Moreno out for the season now.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? We'll see this week against the Bears, even though I don't expect them to put up many points.
No, but who knows, right? That's why they play the game, although the Bears have absolutely no offensive talent unless you count Earl Bennett. But Cutler's not there, so Earl Bennett's
maybe Marion Barber drinks some potion or something to take him back to 07 and just goes beast mode. But
beast mode's already patented by Marshawn Lynch. Nobody else can be beast mode. I got to give the Vikings credit for one thing, though. They move Percy Harvin around so much that you can never tell where he's coming from.
Yeah, and that drag route when they had the fullback out and picked Champ, that was nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Kudos.
I was like, very well drawn up, and Ponder's really impressing me. All right, that's all we have for the analysis portion. Now we're going to go into our Week 14 picks. First game we're going over, Giants at Cowboys.
Sunday Night Football seems like these two teams are always on Sunday Night Football facing each other. I'm going with the Giants just because I think they usually tend to fare pretty well against the Cowboys, and even though the Cowboys are at home, I think Coughlin's really got the Giants focused and really trying to shed that label of collapsing in the second half, even though they've just lost 4 in a row. I just think you know more what you're going to get out of that offense than you do with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm the only one out of us 3 going for the Cowboys this week, and that's just because I'm a full believer in the New York Giants' late season collapses. I mean, it's just horrid. The next game we're going over is Oakland at Green Bay. All it's on Green Bay.
I've been playing against the Packers for a month. I'm done. I'm stopping. I'm off the cough syrup. I just, especially McFadden's still out. Denarius is still out. I mean, Jacoby's still out. The Raiders just, if they're going to beat them, what bullets in the barrel are they going to use? So unless Rodgers gets struck by lightning, it's just, it's not going to happen.
Don't see it happening. So we're going Packers, and I would recommend betting the over. And then next game is Houston at Cincinnati. We're all on Houston.
I think it'll be tight, though. I think it'll be really tight because Andre Johnson's probably not going to play. But I just think the Bengals are reeling right now. They're sort of stepping away from the spotlight, and they're just not quite ready to win those big games. I think Arian Foster goes bananas, and the Texans squeak it out.
I would have to agree. I just don't think the Bengals have enough talent right now.
Yeah.
And they're such a young team that this kind of, after getting the last few weeks of just getting their crap kicked out of them by the rest of the black and blue.
Yeah, you got to go through the growing pains. And I think as long as you bracket AJ Green, there's not a whole lot to be scared of with Dalton in their offense. So.
Yeah, that's very true. So all of us are on the Houston bandwagon this week for that game. Then the final game, last but not least, of course, Chicago at Denver. We're all on the Bronco bandwagon, as you could tell. But why?
I didn't expect Caleb Haney to be so incompetent coming in for Jay Cutler, and maybe Martz is still feeling his way with game planning for him. But with no Cutler, no Forte, Roy Williams is still somewhere else. Bennett seems to be lost without Cutler. The line, they were still getting beat. Cutler just knew where they were going to get beat, so he could adjust accordingly. So, I just don't see how they're going to put up points, especially if Von Miller comes back.
Which he is.
Yeah,
as he's very adamant about on Twitter.
And I think the Broncos' defense is going to be good enough against them, and the Bears' defense is going to be good enough and give Tebow enough problems that both sides will struggle to score, but it'll be about who makes the mistake, who throws the pick six, who fumbles in their own territory. And as the Broncos have proven, it's not Tebow who makes that first mistake. He always waits for the other quarterback to do it for him. Mm-hmm. So, I think, I thought the last game would be 7-3. I think this will be 7-3.
Yeah, I'm going 13-10. Broncos. On another late Prater field goal. Last 5 minutes. For the cameramen that work Bronco games, when it gets to under 5 minutes, can you just show Tebow? I want to see if a beam of light comes down. And just so. And a Tebow no. Little Tebow no. I don't think this is how Tebow intended it. But now on Twitter, adult film stars are posting naked film pictures of themselves Tebowing. I think that needs to stop. Although, there might be huge backlash from people that don't agree with me. I'm just like, that's not how Tebow intended it. Ooh. And if this wasn't YouTube, I may have put up a picture.
They need Jesus.
They need Jesus. Although,
that's all we got.
And anyway, alright, that's all we got for our analysis and pick segment this week. Come back anytime.